All right. Welcome
Thank you.
everybody to Power Lunch. This is our December Power Lunch, December 2020 Power Lunch. Happy holidays to everybody and thank you for joining us. Today we have Juan Ramirez, founder and president of Zooming Sales CRM, talking about how to automate your sales process and Zoom your sales. He's going to teach us about CRMs, how to select your CRM and set them up. And just before we get started here, I just want to let everybody know that if you have questions, you can type your questions into the chat box, and then when we have a moment in the presentation that we can chat about that, I'll let Juan know about the questions that you guys have in the chat box there. And if you don't want to do that, then you can just wait till the end of the presentation or when we have a moment to speak about those things, and you can unmute your mic, and we'll have a cute little Q&A session at the end there. So with that out of the way, I'll let Juan go ahead and take the helm here.
Very good. Excellent. Will, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks to you. Lori, thank you very much. We are doing this webinar or broadcast from the Office Center facility in Woodbury. This is a fantastic facility. I'll just say at the beginning that I am a member, a client of Office Centers. We love it with the 7 locations. So we can meet with clients. We can go to any of these locations to meet with our people or do the work that we need to do. I'm delighted to be here this morning because we want to share with you what we know, what we have learned about CRM, not only as a company that implements these kinds of tools, but as a user of CRM for the businesses that we have. So what I'm going to be doing today, we have a short presentation that I'm going to go through that. Please, as Will said, if you have any questions, send a chat, or we could, send a chat, and toward the end, we will have a Q&A type of a session. So I'm going to switch to this presentation that I have. Today, we're going to talk, the overall theme is how to stop leaving money on the table, but we're going to be talking about how you can automate your sales process with a tool like a CRM tool, okay? But the interesting thing is that what I wanted to, okay, let's see here. How come that? Okay, there we go. Okay, so one of the things that I want to share with you at the outset is that a good number of people know us as well because of Marcelita's Cookies. My wife and I, we have a cookie company called Marcelita's Cookies. We love it. We send our cookies all over the place. And this is a way that opened the door for us to be able to do the things that we are doing with CRM, because what happened to us, like what has happened to many of you or will happen to you, is that your system starts to grow. And that is fantastic. But eventually what's going to happen, especially from a sales process point of view, is that those leads that you get, those referrals, those potential customers and so on, they starts to pile up, okay? And this is how my office was with all these leads all over the place. Not only business cards, but Excel spreadsheets, some of these leads in my email system and so on. And then when this start happening, guess what's the next thing? This is how you feel. You truly feel out of control. You feel that you just cannot keep track of things. And that's why in many cases, we start to leave money on the table because we can get behind, we forget to do some follow-up, and things start falling through the cracks, okay? Now, one of the things that we have learned is that when this happens, is that it takes a while for people to do something about it. And the key question is, how bad does it hurt? Because on the one hand, yes, we want to take some actions, but on the other hand, there is a level of pain. As what's going to happen is that unless it starts to hurt really bad, people don't do anything about it. And what we have learned is that when you are out there at the top, when things are totally out of control, it is a lot more difficult to fix things. So at the beginning, we can get by with things. So this is something to think about. And this is really what help us to start getting into the CRM. But then what happens is that when people decide to do something on CRM, what is the first thing that they do? What is the first thing that we do? We go to Google and we do a search like this, something like, okay, I want to know what is the best CRM in the marketplace. And then we are going to get a result like so, okay? And these are good results because in less than a second, we get over 166 million results of CRM tools available out there. Many of them, they are giving it to us for nothing, free tests and this and that. And I gotta tell you that this is what most of the people do, but in many cases, this is not the way to do it because we look at the software, we get whatever is at the top, whatever is free, we start using it, and all of a sudden it becomes a glorified Rolodex because all what we are doing is just keeping track of name and addresses, telephone numbers, that kind of a thing. So what I did instead, I did something different. I took an approach that in some cases might take a little longer at the beginning, but I'm 100% convinced that this is the best approach. I took my yellow pad of paper with my pen and I started asking myself the key questions of the business. Key questions like, what is my target market? Who are truly my customers and prospects? What are some of the demographics of my target market? As well as where do my lead sources come from? Okay, is it the internet? Is it word of mouth? Am I making cold calls and so on? Also, what is the process of my sales flow? Okay, what's the first thing that I do? What is the next step? And so on until I close the deal. Okay. Also, what are the touch points? The first time that I make a contact, what do I do? Do I send them an email? Do I send them do I make a phone call? Do I send them a brochure? Do I meet with them? And so on. And then something that this is one of those timeless things. You might have heard of the McKay 66. Harvey McKay, right here in Minnesota, he's legendary for his networking activities and the books that he has written. This is, you may remember this, there is a book called How to Learn to Swim with the Sharks. But right there, there is something called the McKay 66 because he would require from his salespeople to know about their clients, not only the name and address and telephone number, but where do they go to school? Where do they go golfing? Do they belong to organizations? The point is, the more we know about our customers, besides name and addresses, the better off are going to be with our products and services, as well as what kind of custom information do we want to have in order to be able to improve the profits and follow up on the whole thing. So this is what I did. I didn't sit down and did it all at once, but it took me a little bit of a while. But once I finished doing this and I started putting it together, the result of this is a workflow. It is a workflow of your sales process. And I'm here to tell you that if you are able to do this, if we are able to put together your workflow, this is almost like the map or the road to the promised land. It's almost like building a house. This is the foundation. These are the plans to be able to build your house. Because once you have the workflow, literally you can select just about any kind of a CRM software and come up with a system that truly is going to work for you. Okay. Now, to expand on this workflow a little bit more, I'm going to take the example of our cookie business, Marcelita's Cookies, and just to give you an example, when I talk about the target market, obviously everybody likes cookies, right? However, we have learned that we have primarily two markets, corporate gifts and friends and family. We focus a lot in corporate gifts because corporate gifts, they buy on a frequent basis and they buy in multiples as opposed to on a one-to-one. So we have, even though everybody loves cookies, we have narrowed the market for corporate gifts, okay? Lead sources, obviously, everybody wants to do digital marketing and we do it, but the primary source is word of mouth. So we highlight that because we want to have a system that is going to help us to keep track of that. From a demographics perspective, there are many things that you can keep track of your clients. We have learned that obviously business owners are key from a demographics, but believe it or not, attorneys are great. Not just all the attorneys, specifically estate planning attorneys. They love to send the cookies because their customers are primarily high wealth, high income earners, and they need to give them things for their business. And what can they give them that they don't already have? I'm telling you, cookies is a great gift. We have learned that. Uh, in our business, we are very custom oriented. We are very high touch. We provide a concierge like service. So whatever system we select has to give us the ability to be able to do that, to customize the system, to be able to add all these different things. And then also we work with our partners. We buy ingredients, we do packaging, we have to deliver the goods through UPS. We gotta get online payments. So whatever system we select has to have the hooks and has to have the integration to be able to connect to all those multiple partners, okay? So the point is that as we go through these questions, as you go through your own analysis, you are gonna be able to come up with your workflow. And now you are gonna be equipped to select the tool that you need, the CRM system that you are gonna need. And I want to share with you some of the things that we need to keep in mind as we go in selecting a tool. First of all, it has to be easy to learn. It has to be easy to use. It has to be intuitive. And that is one of the things that we gotta make sure that that system is gonna meet, okay? The other thing is that we have to be able to customize the systems. There are a lot of systems out there that when you try to customize, you need to have a lot of programming to do. It takes too long. It becomes very expensive. Customization should be very easy to do, and it shouldn't be that very costly. Okay. The other thing is access to the information. We always say you have to be able to get to your data from any place, anywhere, anyhow. So whatever system you select has to have the connectivity, has to have the portability so that you can access the data not only from your office, but on the road, from your iPhone, your mobile device, your laptop, your tablet, whatever it is. That's very, very key information. Key a feature, especially nowadays that we all have become a very mobile force. Integration, I could not emphasize more of the integration. Your CRM has to be able to connect to many other tools out there. And this is a moving target, but integration is very, very key. The system has to have the APIs, open architecture to be able to do that, okay? At the same time, your business is gonna grow so that the system that you select has to be scalable, has to be secure, and obviously it has to have the customer support to be able to help you to grow along with your business, okay? And then has to be affordable, okay? We don't want to pay an arm and a leg, but definitely the system has to be affordable, okay? So those are the things that we believe the features, characteristics that we believe are very, very important to be able to select a system, okay? Now, this is the part that it becomes a little bit of the commercial. So I'm gonna be throwing a commercial for you on what we do because our company is Zooming Sales. And what we do is that we help clients to implement their sales engine. Most of them, when they are interested on a CRM, what's triggering everything is to be able to increase their sales, to work on their sales process and so on. So we call that the engine. However, once once that lead, once that prospect becomes a customer, now you need to deal with them in a little different way because now you have to delight them as you provide your products and services. You need to have the tools, you need to have the processes to be able to delight your customer. And then whether you are selling or whether you are servicing your clients, you have to do all the things about marketing. You have to create the digital marketing products. You need to create a way to be able to reach out to these prospects and the clients. We call that segment the factory because we are creating these tools, these products to be able to identify, qualify marketing leads. Okay. And then as data is being accumulated in the system, especially senior executives, they want to know about the visibility of the business. They want to keep track of trends. They want to be able to do data mining and all those kinds of things. And for that, we have an analytics product, and we call that the executive dashboard, because now we are taking all this information and start presenting all these very nice dashboards and reports and so on. As we keep moving forward, there are clients who say, I'm taking orders online. I need a product. I need to keep track of my inventory. I want to be able to integrate my e-commerce with my CRM and my other applications. And we call that segment the go-to-market. And then there are others that they have some manufacturing systems, or they need to develop some custom applications. So these are all the different things that we can do. And most likely, initially, you think about CRM, but you need to expand to the other functions of your business, because whatever CRM tool you use is going to require to be integrated to the other pieces. Okay. Now, as I mentioned before at the beginning, there are many products out there for CRM. Many of them are very good. In our case, from Zooming Sales, we have selected to work with Zoho, Z-O-H-O, Zoho One, and that is the tool that we use to be able to implement all these kinds of different things. And I want to share with you what's available under Zoho so that you will have an idea how we can take care of all these business processes. With Zoho One includes over 50 applications, all of them developed by Zoho. So that if your interest is on the sales portion, then these are the applications, we call them apps, that will be implemented to take care of this function. Obviously, we would do CRM, we have an mail product, we have Zoho meetings like Zoom, we have a work drive, which is like a OneDrive, and then we just keep moving down the wheel. To delight the customer, we have help desk, we have forms, we have projects. These are some of the tools. We have Zoho Sign. For the marketing piece, we have campaigns, so you can reach out to your customers, like Constant Contact and so on. We have social media so that all your customer CRM records, they can be connected to Facebook or Instagram or any of those social channels. We have Marketing Hub, that is a pretty sophisticated tool to be able to develop customer journeys and have a more sophisticated marketing programs. Analytics goes without saying, very, very powerful tool, along with some artificial intelligence products. Uh, on the go-to-market piece, we have Zoho Books, which is not only taking care of accounting, but we can take orders, we can issue purchase orders, we can issue invoices, we can keep track of inventory, we can take payments and so on. And then we have some more custom apps like for HR functions and some other things. And then, as I said, we can also develop some other custom integration. So when you put it all together, it looks like this, okay? So initially, this chart might look a little bit overwhelming. That's why it is very important to identify what is the area that the customer might be most interested on, okay? So I hope you have some questions, because what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna show you a customer testimonial and give you an idea of the things that yeah, the kind of customers that Soho has worked with.
I'm Paul Grimes, and I get the honor today of representing lubrication engineers out of Wichita, Kansas. And I'm the VP of Marketing. Lubrication Engineers has been a company that's been around since 1951, and we make lubrication reliability products and distribute them throughout the world. Zoho Desk, we didn't see coming, so we started playing around with the tool, and we went, this is an incredible tool. So we started with our customer service functions. We've been up and running on our customer service functions now for almost 90 days. Through that process, we've literally gotten rid of old spreadsheet processes and really streamlined our customer service functions. We're so excited by what's happening with Desk. We're going to develop a technical desk side as well, and we think that's going to really streamline our customer service on a technical level when it comes to our lubricants and our applications.
Zoho Desk has made the biggest impact on the customer service department that we've ever had. I used to do a lot of different manual spreadsheets and things. Zoho Desk has taken all of that, put it into one place where the whole company can access that information anytime they want, get rid of all these spreadsheets that a lot of people kept duplicate spreadsheets of everything. With this process in place, it's cut our customer service time almost in half.
We did not have a means to track items that went through our customer service department. Once you implement it, you start to see all these other processes that you have that you think, man, we could put that into Desk, or oh, we could put that into Creator. Zoho solving problems for us that we didn't even know we had. So it's been great. And yes, I recommend Zoho all the time.
I would definitely recommend it. It can do so much for your company. There's no telling what it can do, once we really get in there. So we're just now, breaking the surface. Now that we have Zoho, it has changed my life. I am not kidding.
So I guess this is pretty much what we had prepared for you. And then for any of you who want to learn more about Zoho, Zoom in Sales, for a specific detailed demonstration, you can see my name over there with my email and telephone contact. And we will be very, very happy to learn more about your business and what would you need. And so feel free to reach out and we will be very happy to speak with you. And then if you have any questions, any comments or anything like that, we will be very happy to take care of those right now. So I don't know if you have any questions, Will, or if anyone has any questions.
Go ahead and unmute your mics if anybody has any questions, and go ahead and ask.
Hi, it's Lori. I have a question.
Sure.
A lot of us have CRM systems, and it seems like when you get a lot of those free ones and you put so much information and everything into building it, it's really hard to switch to a different platform.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you make the transition going from, let's say my company has Salesforce and we are interested in looking at this piece, because Salesforce is a very expensive option. The other thing is that, if you're not using all of the pieces, do you pay per the seat? Do you pay by what pieces of the system you use? And how do you transition if you are in one system now and you want to use your system?
Correct. That is a very, very good question. And actually, we have worked with several clients that they not only have Salesforce, but they have other systems. And for a variety of reasons, they want to make a switch. Right. Well, as I was saying before in the presentation, the first thing is to develop the workflow, because your new system is going to be different than what you have right now. It's going to be different in maybe the way you want to process the data. Maybe you want to add additional steps. Maybe you want to add additional forms or screen views or any of those kinds of things. So we focus a lot on developing the workflow, okay, with the correct screens. And once we have that and we have identified the data elements, one of the steps in the process, we call that data migration, in which we will take a look at your existing data, and there will be an opportunity for you to clean it up, to do some data scrubbing. Sometimes there is records there that you don't need anymore.
Exactly.
And then we have a data migration step where we put the data, we literally download it in an Excel spreadsheet where you clean it all up, do the data scrubbing, and then we just upload it into the new system, into the right fields, into the right buckets. So that's that. The actual physical data transfer is easier. What's going to take time is developing the new system with the workflows and the data elements. But yeah, it is very common. It happens just about in every single installation that we do. Does that answer your question, Lori?
Yeah, and the other thing I wanted to know is, do you charge by the number of people who are using it? Do you charge by which functions or which pieces of the software that you're using? Is it a subscription based? That's what.
Yeah. Yeah. Again,
you said it's reasonable. You know, it
yes.
depends on a big company or versus a 1 or 2 person company. What makes it reasonable? You know, I mean, what is reasonable to one may not be so reasonable for someone else.
Correct.
And you said this is small to mid-size that your target is, right?
Correct. That's correct. Even though we have some larger companies using that, but just to give an idea on the pricing, and think about it this way: there are 3 prices, 3 components to the pricing. Okay.
Right.
The easier one is the user license, the Zoho user license. All those 50 applications, you know, the ones that I show you.
Yeah.
I want to go back to that chart. Where is it? Okay. All those applications, there are over 50, they are available to you. You need to have a user license per user. You need to have a license per user. And all that is available to you for the equivalent of $30 per month. That's when you buy.
$30 per user per month.
Correct. That's when you pay 12 months in advance. And if you decide to go on a monthly basis, then it is $35 per month. So I can tell you that I haven't seen anything like that in the marketplace. And I know I will show you later a different video where there is a comparison with Salesforce. But that is $30 per month per user to get all this, okay? Everything is included. Now, in addition to that, there is the actual system design, system integration, system implementation fee, and that is a one-time fee, it's a project-based, and that is the work that we as Zoom Sales that we would do for you and your company. And that the answer, the how much, it really depends. It really depends on the complexity, on the number of these hexagons or whatever shape they are that you need. Some people just focus on the sales. Some people say, I want to have sales plus marketing. Some people say, I want to have sales plus customer service. So that is a discussion that we have with our clients on a one-to-one, and we learn about what they need to do, and we give them a proposal with the scope of the project and that one-time fee, okay? And then in addition to that, we have an ongoing fee support that usually we recommend for our clients to put it in place at least for the first 3 to 6 months after the installation. After that, they might choose to do the support themselves, depending on the size of the system. So that's those will be the 3 components to price a project like this.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, very good. Okay.
Any other questions for Juan? All right. Well, thank you so much, Juan. It was a great presentation, a lot to learn there. you have anything else to add before we?
Well,
sign off?
I want to thank everybody. I know that there is a lot of interest. I know that sooner or later, whether you are a small business or a larger one, there will be a need to do something like this. And we are very much available. If you just want to have a one-to-one conversation, please reach out to us. I want to thank you, Will, for your help here. Lori, thank you very much again for hosting this, and we look forward to wonderful year. Merry Christmas to everybody, and we'll see you soon. Thank you very
Best
much.
of 2010, the best in 2010, right?
You
Will,
bet.
you want to give us a preview for
Yeah,
our end of the year and coming into January?
Before we sign out here, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. Next week we have a fun event. It's going to be on Facebook Live, Sounds of the Season with Scotty Miller, on that Wednesday morning. Tune in and listen to some great music. Get in the mood for the holidays, because we're going to have a couple days off after that. We'll be closed the 24th and the 25th for the holidays. That day also, we're inviting everybody to wear their ugly holiday sweaters in and take pictures, and we'll be handing out presents to people with the best holiday spirit with their ugly holiday sweaters. So that's something that we're just trying to do to have some fun during the holidays here. And then moving into 2021, we're calling it a brand new year, emphasis on brand. A lot of our events like this are going to be focused around planning, branding, and marketing your business. So you can look forward to that in the next year. And Lori, if you have anything to add, go ahead.
Yeah, what we're trying to do for 2021 is focus on a brand new year, and really our theme for the year, just like this year's was just show up, which kind of blew up when the pandemic hit. So we weren't showing up in the offices. We're looking at what we can do as a group to help. And it's really focusing on building, reimagining, and looking at your personal brand, your business brand, and your social media portion to that. And it's going to be a series where every single month we are going to have something, some type of session that is going to focus on your branding, what you can do to make your brand better and stronger. So by the end of next year, and as we go into 2022, everybody's going to have a great big refresh on what it is that they can do. And we've got some great people who are going to kick that off in January. So more of a series, more of a focus. We've already planned a lot of the curriculum already, so we can let you know what the whole year 2021 is going to look like. And we think that it's going to be great for our members. There's going to be a lot of giveaways on how you can develop brand, and how some people can help you with your own personal things. And there'll be some giveaways, and those will be for our members. And we're looking forward to it. So I think we're all looking forward to a brand new year, especially if a brand new year means a vaccine and getting to the next step, right?
That's right.
Very good. Thank you, Lori. Thank you very
much. Have a happy holidays. I'm so sorry that we can't see you to do our Fa La La Lasagna extravaganza, but I promise you that as soon as this is over, and maybe in conjunction with our 40-year anniversary on June 1st, we are going to have our holiday luncheon. I don't care what month it is. We're going to do them and do it all again as soon as we can do it and get together safely.
Very good.
We all want the lasagna.
All right.
Right? All right. Okay. Sounds good, everyone. Thank you so much for a great year. Thank you so much for your support, your business. Thank you, Juan, for sharing your story and your information, because we know that CRM is such a big part of planning. Right. And I think it's a good slide into our branding theme, don't you, Juan?
I think it is, absolutely.
And if you need a gift, those cookies are just fantastic.
Yes, we will get those as well.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks again. Thank you, everybody.
All right, everyone. Have a good one. Take good care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.